Now we come to the key question. Which was the most important factor which led to the failure of the Second Crusade? Now, this is a frequent exam question, so it's really important that you're clear about your own opinion. So let's look at the three options. First of all, you might go for it was lack of clear initial aims. If you're going to take this line of argument, you would stress how Bernard and Eugenius, right from the outset, failed to establish a single clear objective for the crusade, and furthermore, how they too ambitiously backed multiple campaigns in Europe as well as to the Holy Land. Now, the effects of this were seen in the Holy Land itself, with the leaders uncertain of their strategy. So for instance, ultimately unwisely choosing to attack Damascus, and also in the army's lack of numbers, which we see on various occasions, not least at Damascus itself, when the Crusaders withdrew without even taking on Nur-ad-Din. So you would want to emphasize that Eugenius and Bernard, right from the outset, hampered and hindered the chances of the Second Crusade being successful in the Holy Land. It was doomed to failure from the start. Now, alternatively, you might argue that it was Louis and Conrad's poor leadership and divisions that was the most important factor. Now, if you were going to take this line of argument, you would stress that despite the poor start that was given by Eugenius and Bernard, if Louis and Conrad had not made so many mistakes in the Holy Land, had not made so many tactical errors, they could have been successful. You would then go on to give some examples of this. So, for instance, you might bring in about how they failed to combine together in Asia Minor, and this made it much easier for Masood to defeat them, as we know, at the battles of Dorylaeum and Mount Cadmus. Additionally, you might bring in the council at Acre, where the leaders failed to communicate and cooperate with the local Frankish leaders and ultimately decided on the foolish choice of attacking Damascus. Thirdly, you could argue that it was Muslim strength and unity which was the most important factor. If you were going to take this argument, you would highlight how, for instance, Masood was a highly capable military leader and was simply too much for the single armies of Conrad and of Louis. You would certainly bring in how Nur-ad-Din had united northern Syria under Jihad. And again, his army was simply too big and too strong for the Crusaders. So, there you have it. Which factor will you choose was the most important? That decision is down to you. What I'd like you to do is, as you'll see over these next few slides in the PowerPoint, to have a look at some model answers and then come to your own conclusion. Please be clear which factor you think was the most important.